Join Bob Kolazarik as he welcomes a diverse array of guests to the enlightening talk show, Greetings from the Ashram. In each episode, Bob sits down with experts and practitioners from the world of complementary healing modalities, spirituality, and holistic wellness to delve into the transformative power of these practices. From ancient traditions to cutting-edge therapies, Greetings from the Ashram offers viewers an insightful and uplifting journey into the realms of mind, body, and spirit. So now, please welcome your host, Bob Kolazarik.
Hello, everyone. Namaste and welcome. I am Bob Kolazarik, and you are watching Greetings from the Ashram, streaming live on the Bold Brave TV network. And I just have to say, I feel great. I feel relaxed and calm, and I'm going to tell you all the reasons behind it. But especially excited because today is my 1-year anniversary of being on the air on the Bold Brave TV network. Oh, stop, you guys. Just stop. So, I love it. But I do want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Bold Brave TV for giving me this incredible opportunity to be a part of this Friday night lineup. And a special shout out to producer John Kelly for seeing more in me, actually, than I ever saw in myself, and having me do this show. I guess I'm doing all right. Haven't heard from my man in a while. Hope he's doing well, but we do need to check in. I also, my show engineer, Christian, who just set up that nice round of applause, whom I don't know his last name and I've never seen his face, but he's always there for me. And he's working in the background, making sure things go smoothly. So I just want to say thank you, Christian, for all your support. I also want to extend a special thank you to my Pranic Healing and our Hatha Yoga community for their kind support and words as I embarked on this project. Your encouragement has been invaluable and has really kept me going. And, I still struggle with ongoing fears, and insecurities that we all do. I'll be probably talking about that a little bit as we kind of recap, some of the most important topics that I thought we covered throughout the course of the last year. But most importantly, I'm deeply grateful to all the wonderful viewers and listeners. Your positive feedback and also your encouragement inspired me to keep pushing forward and continue sharing my journey, my transformation experiences, as well as the journey and the transformation experiences of my guests who have been on the show, and I'm grateful that they come on to share. There's common thread between all of us. And it's really quite fascinating. I don't have time to get into all of that, but I just wanted to say the show actually began Friday, October 13th. And it sounds like an ominous date to get started, but I don't know if you're aware, there is an angel number 13 that has multiple meanings, including positive growth. It can signify positive growth, honesty, kindness, and the ability to shape your future. And it also means to trust yourself. It can encourage you to stay true to yourself, trust your inner strength, and believe in your ability to create a fulfilling path. Now, is that a synchronicity or not? I mean, that's something that is an angel number on the day we started the show. So I don't believe in coincidences anymore. I don't believe, I believe there's something behind the synchronicities. And the big takeaway here as we're coming out of the gate is you need to start looking for the messages and the meanings behind these coincidences and synchronicities. These are the universal ways of sending you a message from your higher soul, your guides, or whomever. I recognize so many messages in the synchronicities these days. Angel number 13 being with my start date is one of them. One of just hundreds. So what is a coincidence? Coincidence is basically a random occurrence where two or more events happen simultaneously or in close succession without any apparent connection or reason. Synchronicity is seen as a meaningful coincidence. These are perceived as events that, while not casually linked, but hold a deeper significance of purpose. People often interpret synchronicities as meaningful, feeling that these events are aligned for a reason, possibly offering insights, guidances, or messages from the universe. I mean, that was one example. I have many examples. I don't know that we have time to go through it. There's a lot I want to cover, but it's a transformative journey, and we're all on a transformative journey of sorts. And the biggest thing for me starting out was overcoming the fears. You had, if you want to know what your fears are, agree to do something with a start date that scares the hell out of you, and then you'll see how hard you have to work to overcome them to get to where you need to be on the date that you need to start. So you're going to recognize the fear, and it's a natural feeling, but you need to try to dig a little deeper and try to identify the source of it. Why are you fearful of public speaking? In my case, why are you fearful of going in and putting yourself out there, sharing your story, sharing your experiences? I mean, who wants to hear what you have to say? Who cares? There's better people out there to do it than you. These are limiting beliefs, and you got the old programs. I never talk about my spirituality to anybody. I've been on this path 40 years, and back then you don't talk to anybody. You get shut down. And I mentioned this many times, but over time that builds up the old program. Like, no, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to talk about it, And so this platform has been huge for me to be able to just kind of put myself out there and overcome that fear. But you need to challenge the validity of the fearful thoughts. Maybe something happened to you once long ago, and then that just is in the back of your mind. But you need to try to consider more balanced perspectives on things. There's ways to overcome it. There's the pranic healing way, which I use that approach, honestly, just eliminating fears energetically, eliminating self-sabotaging beliefs, limiting beliefs, self-sabotaging behaviors, and all of that. But you can slowly and safely start to expose yourself to the fear first, and over time it can reduce its power over you. And that's one way. Another way is just engage in activities such as meditation and deep breathing or yoga. All these practices foster calmness. And when you're in state and you're calm, you're not really worried about things. And we're going to talk about being present more a little bit later. Picture yourself overcoming your fear with confidence and success. Visualization, positive visualization works. Where thoughts go, energy flows. As a healer and a soul, as an energy being, what you put out, that's what you're going to start creating in your life. So you want to create that positive visualization for yourself. So what happens when you start to overcome these fears and you push through the fear, and you hear this all the time, on the other side of fear, you walk into your authenticity. And I don't know that I ever bought into that or fully understood it until, I came on the air here and started to talk and overcome that fear. So what are the aspects of stepping into your authenticity? What does that mean? Okay, number one, self-awareness is huge. It really starts with a deep understanding of yourself. It's soul searching. It's the inner work, and the inner work is really the most important work that you can do. But this involves a high degree of introspection, and in our Hatha yoga practice, we have inner reflection in every meditation session that we do. It's part of our practice that we do that introspection on ourselves, and then visualize better ways to be, and especially if we're screwing up in certain things. But once you get to be deeply into the introspection, then you can identify your core values, your strengths, and your passions. And that's part of it, be self-aware. But then you also have the courage to be vulnerable. And a lot of us are guarded. Oh my God, we're so guarded. But authenticity requires the courage to be vulnerable and open about your true feelings and your experiences, even if it means facing judgment or rejection. And I'm telling you right now that when you start to become your more authentic self, you're going to lose people that you thought were important to you. They're going to drop off, and then people that you never thought would be in your life will show up. It's all about going to your vibration too. But if the people that are around you and you're being your true authentic self, you're opening up about your feelings and your experiences, and they're judging you and rejecting you, then guess what? Not your people, not your person. Move on, because there's people out there who will encourage that out of you. They want you to be the best version of yourself, and the best version of ourselves is when we try to align with our higher souls, and do that inner work, because then we're truly being beings of light here on earth the best we can in these dense bodies that we inhabit. But another thing that I've discovered too, it's about aligning your actions and decisions with your personal values and beliefs, right? Rather than simply following what other people think you should do. Oh my God, we've all done that, right? I mean, living a life of just chasing the 9-to-5 job, chasing the money, trying to get the big cars, the big house, blah, blah, blah. And that's what society puts on us. That's what we think we should do. I did it for a long time. Successful, miserable, miserable as hell. It's no way to live. So you have to have, balance and live your actions and decisions with your values and beliefs. I know many people starting out in the pranic healing business that they're scared to put themselves out there. They're still in the closet, so to speak, of not wanting anybody to know. But in order to run a business, you're going to have to let people know. But their fear of the blowback, the rejection, and the judgment. And you have to get past that and realize you are going to lose some people along the way. And that's okay, because they were never your people anyway. Embrace your imperfections. Accepting and embracing our imperfections is part of our authentic, crucial self. Don't be self-critical. You can laugh at yourself, but it's about loving yourself for who you truly are without striving for unattainable perfection, right? And you be consistent with the expression. So being authentic means consistently expressing your true self in your interactions and relationships, both professional and personal. So I know that's a little long-winded, but it's true, and it's just it's liberating, it's freeing. You just not that you don't care or are indifferent, but you don't care. You're just trying to be the best person you could be. Speaking your own truths. And for me, who has been spiritually in the closet for 40 years, it's very liberating, and it's opened me up to a whole beautiful community of people that understand me and I understand them. So that's a little long-winded on the first year and my authenticity and going through my fears and stepping into it. And it's quite powerful. I can assure you, it's quite powerful. But I do have to take a short commercial break. I am Bob Kolazarek, and you're watching Greetings from the Ashram, streaming live on the Bold Brave TV network. I'll be right back.
What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense radio show with host Dr. Broderick, Wednesdays 7 p.m. Eastern on the Bold Bold Brave Media Network and TuneIn Radio. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation. Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. Listen to John Hawkins' My Strategy, Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Kolazarek, and you're watching Greetings from the Ashram, streaming live on the Bold Brave TV network. I tell you, one of the reoccurring messages that we've had on this show, and with many of my guests, many of whom are Pranic Healers and Arhatic Yogis, is about the power of meditation, specifically meditation on twin hearts to us, but my other guests are all into meditation and being present. Excuse me. According to Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. And if you really think about that's really true, because it's an inner world game, and how we think is how we perceive the world. But it also signifies that the nature of our emotions is directly tied to the thoughts we cultivate in our minds. So the key takeaway here is that this quote emphasizes the importance of actively managing your thoughts to influence your overall well-being. Most people have out of control runaway thoughts, circling thoughts, reliving problems of the past, or fights that they've had, or whatever drama that they have going on. And believe me, I was there for years and years. Just, I know what it's like, but you have to be able to get a handle on that if you want to improve the quality of your life. It really comes down to thoughts and emotions. And, you know, we do have energy bodies, a mental energy body, an emotional energy body. I may get into that a little bit more deeply later, but meditation is huge. Prior to 5 years ago, when I started on this path of Arhatic Yoga, I had no understanding of meditation, nor did I care. I did not care. I would have mocked you for meditating. I would have mocked you relentlessly for even suggesting that I go with you to go meditating. But man, I was wrong. And I was so stressed out at the time. But I learned to keep an open mind. And, like I said, meditation on twin hearts is the signature meditation of pranic healing. And there's profound experiences people had. I had such a profound experience my first time. And to me, it comes down to the invocation. That's a big part of it. I mean, there's a lot going on. I'll cover it just a little bit. But the invocation, when you put your hands to your heart, you start to activate your heart chakra. And the crown chakra is the other heart. So your twin hearts, your earthly heart and your universal heart, earthly love, universal love. But the invocation, you invoke to a supreme being, divine father, divine mother, and you invoke for your divine light, love, divine guidance, divine help and protection. And then you invoke to your spiritual teachers, the saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, divine souls, our divine selves and higher souls. And so that's a deep invocation when you when you really connect with it. And it was so powerful for me. The meditation on Twin Hearts, the first time I did it after the Tony Robbins event, that I was, there's so much divine energy coming down when you really connect with the invocation into God and the helpers that are out there, the archangels, whomever, the higher level beings. And when you like really believe and connect to it, that energy came through me. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I was up until 4 a.m. writing the mission statement for the business that I have now. And I didn't even have a business then, but I knew what I wanted to do. And that's just be a light and try to shine light and help people come along on the spiritual path. We all need guidance on the path, and none of us walk it alone. And it's important to find your guru. But where I'm going with this is the meditation and the stillness are practices that are essential. It's a practice that invites us to pause, slow down, relax, put away the social media. I lead meditation groups sometimes, and I haven't spoken to anybody specifically about it, but when I'm trying to get people to go into a deep meditation and they're picking up their phones and they're looking at it and then they're like trying to get back into the meditation, no, put it away. You leave the outer world. We're going into the inner world. You don't need your thoughts. You don't need anything. You just need to experience. You just need to be. And it helps us to center ourselves. Really align with ourselves and our true nature, our creative spirit. We're creators. We're parts of God. That's why we're able to manifest, but we have to be able to bring ourselves to the vibrational point where we can manifest positivity. But as so within, so without. So if your inner world is in turmoil, your outer world is going to reflect the degree of turmoil that's in your inner world. Is that a true statement for you? Think about it. If you want to think about anything, think about that. But also the meditation and having that practice helps to cultivate a sense of peace amidst a very chaotic world. And can we admit that it's a shit show out there? Frankly, it is just there's no other. It's a shit show. I mean, it's terrible what's happening. But we all need to kind of retreat into ourselves and then get in touch with the God within us and pray for people and pray for everybody. And just bless the earth, which is what I love about meditation on Twin Hearts. We're blessing the earth during part of the meditation, every person, every being. I tell you, I spent the last 4 months in the Black Hills of South Dakota, and I let go of a lot. I mean, I was telling Christian at the break, I feel so calm and relaxed. It's just clear. I let go of a lot of stress. I was just up in the woods. I let go of people. Some people let go of me. I let go of a project that I was heavily involved in for the past year. But it was so quiet and peaceful that I was able to have some really deep, amazing meditations. And I have a pretty strict meditation schedule. Extended periods of stillness was just every day, just stillness and insights and some mystical experiences as well. I'll share a story in a minute. But focusing inward, the meditation helps. It calms the mind. It reduces stress, and it does enhance our emotional well-being. And for me, cultivating the inner stillness is the key to engaging with your intuition or your spirit guides. In my case, I've been working with my guides for a long time, 40 years. I would never have told you that before because you would have thought I was nuts, but now I can tell people that, and they're like, oh, okay, I understand. When I was 18, 20 years old, I first connected with my spirit guide, where he actually showed himself to me on my mind's eye or whatever, but it was a Native American elder guy. And I'll never forget it. I probably was 20 years old, which was 40 years ago now. So when I'm in Black Hills of South Dakota, that's Lakota Indian country. And I tell you, the mystical experiences I had, the first time I lit a fire out there, it was like so effortless. It was like, I swear to you that there were hands helping me. The fire logs just went exactly where they needed to be. I don't even know how the fire got lit. Um, but it was amazing. I did feel like there were hands helping me, and you could just feel the Native American spirit in the land. And share this because I've had a couple of shamans on my show, but and I never really experienced it to the extent that they would talk to me about. But I was there and I was open to it. Just the stillness is there, and yeah, it was amazing. I was standing there one night, and the Native American elder was standing right next to me, my guide, and he didn't say anything. The message was just, "I'm still here. Thanks for coming." Um, but yeah, I did try and absorb a lot of the energy in the land, but it was an emotional, profound experience for me. Um, it's powerful, and it removes a lot of doubt about the magic in the world, and just got to be open to what you think might be a coincidence or perception or a message. But when you've been doing it as long as I have, your faith is in it, and you start to run on intuition. You listen to the messages, but not only listen to the messages, but you act on them, and you follow them. Um, for the most part, you have a good sense of what's the right direction or the wrong direction. But when you're still and in the state of being present, you are now aligned with your most creative self, and you manifest your life that way. It's so important. But meditation and stillness offers, mental clarity, helping to keep the mind sharp, focused, improves your decision making skills, your problem solving. It fosters emotional balance, which Lord knows I needed. I was going through some rough emotional times, and I would just trigger. I would blow up. I would lose my shit. My kids would tell you. My son was on the show back on my birthday, and he says, definitely changed person. Kinder, more balanced. And I don't trigger. I hardly trigger at all anymore. So it's a growth, and there was a lot of work to go into that as well. But by fostering these practices, the emotional balance, you can reduce your stress and anxiety. It just really helps support a more harmonious and purposeful life, honestly. So, what are the techniques for incorporating the meditation and stillness? One, call me, and I can help you get you started. But if you're brand new and you want to just take it slow, start small. Begin with just a few minutes a day to build consistency. But consistency is key. Consistency of aim and effort is one of the virtues that we work on in our Hatha Yoga. But you need to create a routine. Set aside a specific time and place for meditating every day. My meditation group, the one I'm a part of, we meet every Monday night at 9 p.m., every Tuesday night at 9 p.m., every Thursday at 8 p.m., and then we do meditation on Twin Hearts with Master Glenn on Wednesdays. But it's crucial to have a consistent practice. I tried breaking off. I'll fall off. My meditation practice is my anchor, which I need. I've been in this group. It'll actually be 4 years, October 26th, 4-year anniversary in this group. So it's been wonderful, and I do help lead the group sometimes. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to do that. And I tell you, just connecting with the intuition is the biggest thing, and I do preach on that. I'm actually working on a course right now that I want to put out in the near future. It's called the Stillness and Success Blueprint. So, but by being still and being present, it's that's half the battle. But you also want to be passionate and excited about what you're doing too. When they're talking about manifesting, I'm digressing a little bit. But if you have that clear vision of yourself and you have that stillness and that positive energy built up in your body, that I want to do this, I want to do this show, I want to do this show the best that I could possibly be, I want to be a rich and famous spiritual influencer, philanthropist, playboy, I want to have it all, just want to go out and have fun, be excited about it. Maybe the playboy part is not the spiritual aspect that I'm going for, but it's just fun. You want to have a fun, creative, compelling future, and you want to manifest that. So it's just super important to be clear, be still, be present. When you're present, you're just being, and you're allowing the universe to work for you in the background. And it's going to happen much better than you would ever expect for yourself. Did I ever expect to be on Bold Brave TV? No, I never saw it coming. But it's very cool. And, it does take me out of my comfort zone, like I said. But, I'm coming up on a break, but I'm going to share, something a little astrological about it on the other side of a break, too, because it's part of my being as a Leo that I've not been embracing. I'm a raging introvert, but more on that after the break. I'm Bob Kolazaric. You're watching Greetings from the Ashram on the Bold Brave TV network. I'll be right back.
Did you know that your beliefs create your entire reality, but it's the subconscious beliefs that do most of the creating? Belief shifter and life coach Shiraz can help you identify those limiting beliefs and eliminate them, often in a single session.
It was almost instant, I had relief right away.
Creating better health, relationships, careers, and finances. Let Shiraz help you step out of safety and into awareness.
Definitely something's happening. It's like a flow inside. It feels good.
Whether in person or online, Shiraz provides personal coaching, belief shifting. Visit Shiraz at energeticmagic.com or call 416-529-7429. Energetic Magic on the BBM Global Network, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Find your greater happiness. Be well. Be aware. Be magical.
Are you struggling to care for elderly parents or a spouse? Do you wonder if being a caregiver is making you sick? Are you worried about taking time off work to care for elderly parents and balance work, life, and caregiving? Has caregiving become exhausting and emotionally draining? Are you an aging adult who wants to remain independent, but you're not sure how? I'm Pamela D. Wilson. Join me for the Caring Generation radio show for caregivers and aging adults, Wednesday evenings, 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern, where I answer these questions and share tips for managing stress, family relationships, health, well-being, and more. Podcasts and transcripts of The Caring Generation are on my website, PamelaDWilson.com, plus my caregiving library, online caregiver support programs, and programs for corporations interested in supporting working caregivers. Help, hope, and support for caregivers is here on The Caring Generation and PamelaDWilson.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Bob Kolazaric, and you're watching Greetings from the Ashram, streaming live on the Bold Brave TV network. As we were wrapping up last segment, I was talking about a couple of things. I was talking about, this is a side note of just really kind of embracing who we are and keeping an open mind to things. I had some astrologers on the show before. I've taken esoteric astrology courses. And two things that really kind of came up for me was, as a Leo, Leos are supposed to have natural leadership skills and want to be the center of attention normally, right? And I didn't want either. I'm a raging introvert. That anybody who knows me, I just spent 4 years basically, or not 4 years, 4 months up in the woods, kind of secluded, self-isolated. I mean, there were people around, but I'm an introverted guy, and because being in public affects my stillness to a degree that I don't enjoy. Frankly, that's what it comes down to. But is like I said, Leo is like the center of attention and leadership. And in the last year, part of trying to be more myself, embracing that, getting out in front of the camera guy. So that was, for me, it was a part of myself that I wasn't paying attention to. And I needed to try to embrace to really be the best me possible. So that was one thing with the show and just put myself out there. So I'm embracing it. I'm going to keep embracing it and keep doing the best I can. So all we can ever try to do. And the other thing was the natural leadership. And I, never wanted anything to do with leadership. I've been in leadership positions in the past. I find them very tedious. I find the human resources component of it very tedious. I used to maybe not be as kind and patient and things that I am. And it was really a tough task for me to be involved in that. It's just, I'd rather just get out of my way. I'm going to do it myself kind of guy, But in this past year, when we started the show, I also started working with the American Pranic Healers Association, whose mission is to basically build a community of pranic healers and let it be recognized as a profession within the medical community as a complementary form of healing. And I'm very passionate about that. And I was the operations manager for that. And we had our first year anniversary on September 5th. So I accepted that leadership role, and it was challenging to say the least. There were a couple issues, challenges, people getting upset, and a lot of different things going on. But, we built a fantastic team over the last year. We took the association to global membership, grew 500% in the last, 4 or 5 months. And it's rolling. There's interpreters. We got interpreters on the team now, So it was really exciting time. But it was such a struggle. But I learned a lot from it. And I've grown because of it. But I did step down after our 1 year anniversary. And not for any reason, but it just got a little bit too big for me. And I just needed to turn it over to other people so I could focus more on the show and becoming the rich and famous spiritual influencer, philanthropist, playboy that I've been meant to be. So, and I'm sure producer John's in the background saying it's about time. Focus on the show. But in all honesty, the association was front and center. But it's running. It's trains on the tracks. Bullet train left the station, and it's a wonderful community, a global community of healers and yogis, all working together to promote pranic healing and narcotic yoga. So that's from an astrological. I thought it was very interesting because there's two aspects of myself that I never really wanted to do. And I'm just curious about you. Is there anything in your sign that you maybe know you should do and you're not doing, you're ignoring it? And if you are, and even if you don't fully understand, just think about it and think about things you can do to enhance your overall personality, because I do believe that astrological input is put upon us at the time we are born. And we do have those qualities. You can see it within yourself. A lot of people see those different qualities in yourselves. So it's, I don't know, to me it's very interesting. But, I want to go back a little bit into the interconnectedness of the physical, emotional, and mental bodies. Now, all right, I'm going to go a little deep here. As souls, we inhabit the body, right? When we die, most religions say, hey, our souls are going to go off to heaven, the afterlife, whatever, but we leave our body behind. Can we all agree on that? We've all seen dead bodies before. lifeless bodies. So where does the life go? Energy is not created or destroyed. It only changes form. We all know that. So we have that soul in our bodies for this incarnation, and that makes up our energy bodies. And our energy body, we have an emotional body and a mental body. So from an energetic standpoint, that's why it's how, and I did a episode on this before, the alchemization of our thoughts and our emotions and our vibration is what's creating the world around us. We want to have those positive thoughts. We want to have those positive emotions. We want to fill up our energy body. We want to fill up our aura with that passion and excitement, and then have that clear vision of where we want to go in every aspect of our life. You know, the career, spirituality, relationships, you name it, finances, that, we want and need to be clear. But when you're clear and you're still and you have those positive thoughts and those positive emotions and you're present and you have all that in you, now you're just letting the universe create what you want in your life. But it should be for your higher good. And most people, what they're looking for, whether that not they realize it, is for their higher good. Food on the table, transportation, relationships. But there's got to be a higher purpose to it, helping others and things like that. But it's so important. And maybe Marcus Aurelius doesn't break it down into the energy aspect of it, but I'm sure he probably understood it. And a lot of people don't see it. But that's, to me, where the magic happens. And, I just been going with the flow. And the way my life is going, I would never have, pictured it going this way. And I'm grateful. But there's also, you have to be comfortable with not knowing. I don't have any thoughts on how things are going to work out. I don't want to know. It's fun when surprises come in, oh, I got a call from John Kelly. He wants me to do this, host this show. Just out of the blue, stuff like that. It's fun. It's fun. And you get to live a life a little calmer, a little slower, even if you're in a busy, hectic world. Just creating that inner balance. I mean, we're yogis for the modern age. We're not living on hilltops. We're not stuck in a cave, meditating and chanting 8 hours a day. It can be done and living in a crazy world, And, my friend Dawn's like, well, we can't go live in a mountaintop or in a cave because the work is here. People need us here. We got to be the light to people here, so we can't tuck ourselves away. So it's one of the missions of this show. It is the mission statement that I created 5 years ago when I did first do the meditation on Twin Hearts, and that is to bring as many people to the spiritual path as possible. Because for a lot of reasons, but at some point in time in your spiritual growth, if you want to continue to grow, you need to help others grow. And, just like the law of karma, you want money, then give money. Be charitable. You want love, give love, be love. You give. It's in giving that we receive, not in receiving that we give. So we need to create and use that technology to plant those seeds for us as we go. But the thoughts and emotions and the influence of it, I'm telling you, that is my work every day. That's my focus on. And I love it. And for me, I'll give you an example. When I'm working, if I get stuck, I walk away. I'll just go do something. I'll wash dishes. I'll wash the car. I'll go work out. And then in that stillness of just doing the activities that I'm doing, I'll get an incoming and I'm like, you need to call so-and-so, or you need to book somebody for this week, or, what I need to do comes to me. And there's no negative thoughts coming to me. Not really anymore. If they start to come, I push them away. I don't engage with them. And we have that power. We are the consciousness behind the thoughts. Do you ever sit back and watch those thoughts float by? Do you ever wonder where they come from? It's like the brain's radio antenna, and I think Nikola Tesla said that before. And it's just it's an antenna receiver. I don't know, but could be incoming thoughts from people. Could be loving thoughts coming in. Could be hateful shit coming in from people. I don't know. Whatever's coming. If you're thinking about somebody and it's like causing you stress, maybe somebody's thinking about you in a hateful way, or vice versa. Maybe you're thinking about somebody and people just react to people accordingly. But it's critical. I mean, to me, that's the most important thing. But once you get to that place, it creates a harmonious balance between the mental, emotional, and physical aspects of our lives. And as Arhatic yogis, our goal is to be balanced physically, mentally, and emotionally. Have all these mental emotional bodies just balanced and have mastery of them. You want to be master of your physical, emotional, and mental bodies. It's not easy. It takes work, it takes practice, it takes consistency of aim and effort. But I can tell you, for me, it's changed my life. Never wanted to meditate before. Now I can't ever see not meditating. It's just, it's my anchor. I have a beautiful group of people that I meditate with on a regular basis. We keep each other going. And it's beautiful. So for you guys who are on beginning the path, if you don't have a community, you need to find one, and just don't rule anything out, because it's not an easy path. There's a lot of healing. There's a lot of healing that goes on, even if you've been healing a while. There's always layers. We don't know how many lifetimes of baggage we're carrying, how much bad karma that we have weighing us down. And then we got to do our purifications and just really act the teachings, be the teachings. And I'll just close this segment with that. Is I believe, like in Jesus Christ, that his teachings were really like, be like me. We're supposed to be like Christ. He's given us the roadmap and the technology of how we're supposed to live and how we're supposed to be. I mean, sure, it might take us 1,000 lifetimes to be born so pure here and just one with God as he was. But I think that's really the goal. At least that's how I look at it. So that's all I got for this segment. I'm Bob Kolazar. Time for a commercial break. You're watching Greetings from the Ashram on the Bold Brave TV network. I'll be right back.
Author, radio show host, and coach John M. Hawkins reveals strategies to help gain perspective, build confidence, find clarity, achieve goals. John M. Hawkins' new book, Coached to Greatness, Unlock Your Full Potential with Limitless Growth, published by iUniverse. Hawkins reveals strategies to help readers accomplish more. He believes the book can coach them to greatness. Hawkins says that the best athletes get to the top of their sport with the help of coaches, mentors, and others. He shares guidance that helps readers reflect on what motivates them, rediscover and assess their core values, philosophies, and competencies, find settings that allow them to be the most productive, and track their progress towards accomplishing goals. Listen to John Hawkins' My Strategy, Saturdays, 1 p.m. Eastern on the BBM Global Network and TuneIn Radio. What if there were a super tiny device that could diagnose the brain and is smaller than a single human hair? What if you could see inside the brain to help an epilepsy patient during surgery or to help the fight against Parkinson's disease? Dr. Patricia Broderick is proud to announce the Broderick Probe, a biomedical and electronic breakthrough. Imagine a probe to help with the understanding and potential cure of brain-related diseases. To learn more, listen live to the Easy Sense Radio Show with host Dr. Broderick, Wednesdays 7 p.m. Eastern on the Bold Brave Media Network and TuneIn Radio. And to help support the Broderick Foundation, please go to easysense.org EasySense.com and learn how, with your help, we can fight these horrific brain disorders. That's EasySense.com to learn more and help support the Broderick Foundation.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kolazarek, and you're watching Greetings from the Ashram, streaming live on the Bold Brave TV network. As we wrap up today's episode, I just wanted to take another moment to thank each and every one of you who's joined me on this incredible journey. Thank you for allowing me to share parts of myself. Give me that space to do it. I never saw that happening before, so it's really been incredible for me, and I want to thank you for your support, participation, from my guests, and the enthusiasm. It's been invaluable to me. I'm grateful to be able to go over some of the profound themes that we covered during the last year, and number one, just overcoming our fears. That's where the work is. If you have fears, that's your work. That's what you need to conquer. That's what you need to explore. And if you need help, get help with it. But why struggle through life with fears that are holding you back? There's a lot of help out there. A lot of people. You can go through my guest list, and every one of them pretty much can help you with that. We talked about stepping into our authenticity when you start breaking through those fears and you just start becoming who you really are truly meant to be. And people want to say, I want to find my soul purpose, but if you want to find your soul purpose, you need to overcome your fears. You need to step into your authenticity. You need to do the inner work and start living that way. You're not going to find your soul purpose looking out in the world without any deep introspection. I mean, that's a must. And to do that, you need to embrace the power of meditation and presence as well. Each of these topics reminds us that the path to self-discovery and fulfillment is both personal and transformative. Nobody can walk the path for you. We can certainly walk it with you. And, I am so grateful for the people that walk it with me, because I tell you what, I probably would have tapped out several times, because it's not an easy process sometimes. I mean, it'll test you for sure. But that's where the growth is, and that's where the strength and the power comes from. So you got to remember, embracing your true self is an ongoing journey, and it requires that courage and that vulnerability. When we allow ourselves to be authentic, we create deeper connections with others and open the door to a life filled with purpose and passion. And we want to have passion. Follow your passion. That's what we're going to create in our lives. You don't want to be like, oh, I don't care about nothing. You're not going to create nothing. You're going to live a life of misery with that attitude. So you want to just find out what is your passion, what works for you. And if you don't know, you need to start doing that deeper introspection and figure it out, because there's a lot of people that don't know. I didn't know at one point in time. I certainly didn't. I went to many seminars. I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get that, what they're saying, but I get it now. So, but facing the fears could be very daunting, but like I said, it's where the growth is. And by challenging these fears hit by hit, we unlock our true potential and move towards our goals with renewed vigor and clarity. And let's not forget the stillness and the peace that meditation brings. It's in those quiet moments that we find clarity, balance, and a deeper connection to our intuition. How often do you sit there and just be quiet and still? Have you ever done it? When was the last time you've done it? When? You got to do it. It's so critical, just to get the stress levels down, if nothing else. But this practice should be a daily gift that you give to yourself, a moment to reset, reflect, and recharge. Can you take a few minutes of the day? Can you put the TikTok away? Can you stop the scrolling for a little bit? And quit being bombarded with all that noise that's coming in 24/7. It's just, it's harmful, honestly. So, in the words of an insightful thinker, the only limits that exist are the ones that you create. So, as we step into this next chapter of this journey together, I encourage you to push those limits, chase your dreams, nurture your well being, and let your light shine brightly in the world. So, I want to thank you once again to Bold Brave TV for giving me this platform, to my Arhatic Yoga community for your support, and to all of our listeners. Your presence here means the world to me. Next week, my guest is going to be Joyce Ray. She's the owner of Sacred House LA, and she's the executive director of the American Pranic Healers Association, which I just recently stepped down, but there's no hard feelings. So my work here is to try to put pranic healing and Arhatic yoga, push that, not push it, but just represent on this platform. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with her. So until next, one other thing, if you're interested in things I had to say and working with me on the stillness and healing of the fears and stuff, you can scan the QR code. I think Christian can put that up. Scan that QR code, book a discovery call with me. That would be, I think, a lot of value to it, because I do offer a 10-minute stress relief pranic healing session that I'm sure that you would enjoy. Most people do. I could do a lot in 10 minutes. You'd be surprised. So until next time, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep radiating your unique brilliance. I'm super excited for what lies ahead. Check out my social media at Self Help Coaching LLC. It's pretty much standard across all the platforms. So thanks again. I'm Bob Kolazaric, and you've been watching Greetings from the Ashram, streaming live on the Bold Brave TV network. Have a great weekend, everyone. Namaste.
This has been Greetings from the Ashram with host Bob Kolazaric. Through meaningful conversations and practical insights, this show invites you to explore the endless possibilities for personal growth, healing, and spiritual awakening. Tune in each week to discover how these practices can bring balance and harmony to your life, making it a true journey of self-discovery. Fridays, 7 p.m. on the Bold Brave